Hey everybody, it's Frank Sriracha. We are casting another game from the Logitech tournament. In the lower left, we've got the Celestial player HYY, and the top is Elf. I'm gonna call HYY high. Elf going for an early Clown Cave, and oh, interesting. Okay, no, not that interesting. He's just going straight for his natural, the way a normal natural would go down. The Hexen's going to come over and try and see some scouting stuff, but I don't know how much there's not really much interesting to scout. Is he going to see it? Yep, he sees it. Um, yeah, and there's really not much point in scouting the main because there's nothing ever built in a Celestial main. Interesting though that the Arc ship is going to keep on going this far out. I wonder if it's because he wants the his Cascade field further forward so he can build his first structure kind of closer to Elf's main. We do see the first two gaunts coming out, and the Hexen must have teleported back home. Oh, and a little hidden iron vault. I don't know that it's going to be enough. He is opening up the trees though, so it's that natural is going to be a little bit more exposed. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and he spots the iron vault. Okay, very cool. The uh, the Arc ship is getting hit a little bit. Oh no, and he spawned a no. He spawned the morph core right over the army. It does get and another skull of shadow goes down on it. Okay, and it's just gonna start building the creation chamber right there. I think that was just to save the morph core, but the enemy's not going anywhere. It's just gonna sit there and continue to do damage. Oh man, and two fiends pop out. Yeah, even if an Argent does get out of here, there's no way it's going to do enough damage to justify it. Yep. Okay, so it was surged for a little bit, but not anymore. Meanwhile, we see a Brute pop out of the vault. Nothing else popping out of the Conclave. Okay, we also see a Creation Chamber back here, and it is going to start pumping out Argents, but Argents against this many units already is going to be a bit of a problem. They're going to have to take that fight really close to their power bank. So for those of you that don't know, Argents, when they have energy, they have a spell that basically does double damage. They use energy to do double damage. They have about 3 shots to do it before they run out of energy. And yeah, there is some passive energy regen, but it's really slow and it doesn't regen while they're in combat. But if they take that fight right next to the power bank, it can kind of restore their energy as they fight. We do see this effigy didn't run out of energy, interestingly enough. Okay, he must have planted another one down as the other one was fading. Which I don't think it was intended originally, but that is very cool. It is a bit of a skill check. It's like, okay, can you pay enough attention to your effigies as they run out to plant another effigy to keep it permanent? And if you do, like, keep an eye on it that long, you're either paying attention just to that, or you're so good at multitasking that, yeah, you can have that permanent effigy there. And it's not just 5 HP, it's 200 HP, which is super nice. Okay, it looks like these fiends and the infernal host is going to try and attack these shadow demons. Using the Fellhogs as a bit of a bullet sponge here, or as a bit of a DPS sponge from the shadow demons is so nice. It's such a cool I don't know, I guess creeping strategy that came out of this. A cheeky little ninja base collection array going down. Very cool. Okay, so we do see Guardian Nexus and a second creation chamber. So we're still not seeing enough army units where I think the Celestial player is safe. But yeah, that permanent effigy right there where Infernals can like top up on white health is a pretty big deal, especially if they're going to be creeping around the map the way Elf is. And Elf has been pretty dominant taking on all these creep camps. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like these are, it's basically his map. Meanwhile, I don't know that I would move out. Like Kree are nice, and they have that when they pop out of their rolling ball droidica thing, they do that 360 damage, but that's one attack. And this infernal ball is getting pretty big. Not to mention, at any point, when the brutes get into combat, they can just split into two full health fiends. Yeah. So and now not only are they regenerating white health, but they're regenerating like actual health as well. Hai's feeling squirrely enough that he wants to step out onto the map and start taking some of these camps for himself. But I'm not sure that I'd do the same thing. Some of these fiends coming here to hopefully do a wraparound, trap them all in between all these. Is he gonna be able to do it? No. The celestial ball is a little bit too big, and he could try to kite around. In fact, I would. I think taking out those fiends is pretty important to not get caught out. He's gonna get stopped by the meat farm though. The fell hogs the meat farm. Does manage to take the meat farm down, and that one Kree will do no damage to anything. But yeah, I think the trick here might be Kree. So we do see a fight going down. Some of these Kree going for the wraparound on these gaunts, which is a really smart idea. That's where a lot of the DPS is going to come from. Not to mention that plague axes are pretty scary. Oh, okay, yeah, because it turns your units and casualties into their units. Yeah, every time a fiend pops out, it's just, it's one more thing that the Celestial player has to deal with. And now, with no army, Hai has to figure out a way to defend here. He's got his one Kree holding the health camp, but that Kree's not long for this world. And the arc ship, is this double surged? Yeah, these are double surged creation chambers. But he's got to be panicking a little bit. Like this is not a good position to be in. Okay, triple creation chamber is good. And he is on three collection arrays, excuse me. Brain's still a little bit foggy. I've been trying to get into these casted games since about 3 this morning. Okay, the armies are going to, circling each other is the wrong word for it. But we do see that that Elf also has 3 bases up and running. And he is just teching up and not slowing down at all. So we do see a Hellforge, so we can expect to see mags. I think that's not the only production structures though, is it? The vault and the caves? Okay, all right. HYY coming back with a little bit of a comeback at least. Thinning out those fiend numbers a bit anyway, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, 3 very low health Kree go back home to get healed or repaired or whatever it is that happens to Kree. Yeah, this is pretty spooky for Hai. He's just got to watch like this big infernal ball, but if he doesn't engage into it, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I think the trick might be trying to take fights in chokes, especially maybe light trees. Maybe like positioning a fight next to light trees would be useful. Oh no, and all these Kree get caught out. There's only 6 of them. What are they doing trying to take this fight? I don't know about that. Some of them do get to leave, but I don't like. Did they do that much damage? Okay, so but now this means that they're also cut off from reinforcing back at home. Oh, they are gonna try and snipe that that Hellborn, but yeah, there's just too much there. There's just too much there. That's simply it. Maybe Elf thinks that there's like a bigger force out on the map than there actually is, but I'm pretty sure it was just those 3 or 4 or 5 Kree at that time. There's really not that much going on. The supply is pretty scary for Hai. Like his 46 to Elf's 92 is nothing to be scoffed at. I know a lot of that is probably workers, but just look at the army size. Look, that's what, 10 Kree? 10 Kree versus all that, and the brutes can split. They don't have the upgrade yet for it. Gaunts, however, have all 3 upgrades. So yeah, they get the bouncing axe, the plague axe, or the Reaper's Rush, and the plague axes. So these gaunts are pretty scary. I don't know what you do. What good anti-light solution does a Celestial have? Um, they have Seraphim, but there are also air units that get knocked out of the sky pretty quickly. They have yeah, like uh, a Saber maybe because it does kind of AOE damage, but its bonus is towards heavy. But that being said, you don't need to have the bonus for it to be useful. Sabers alone already do so much damage. Oh, he's just gonna walk past all that. Unbelievable. And he actually gets by too. Okay, that's the solution. The solution could be Animancers. Oh man, that collection array just getting pelted, and it goes down. Oh no, a Hellborn comes up, spreads Shroud down in the middle of the base. Could it be time to Sovereign's Watch? He's got the energy for it. Why not just do a Sovereign's Watch? I'm pretty sure these, yeah, they do bonus against structures. Okay, so it's not heavy or light. They do bonus against structures. And quite a bit, too. Yeah, they're taking huge bites out of that creation chamber. And down it goes. I don't know what the plan is here, but High's got to do something. His buildings are under siege. They're taking all this bonus damage, and he just has to engage. And there's the GG from High. Alright, that'll do it for this game.